Okay, welcome back everybody. I just started fabricating a claim on Teams, and I'm moving our navy here over to Dalmatia where we actually have a seaport. We're going to go ahead and ally up once I turn the music on. Ally up Transylvania in an attempt to diplo-vassalize them, which looks doable to me. That will be the first time we've actually, after 10 years or so, integrated a vassal, and that's something we have to start doing. Right now our diplo technology is quite far ahead, so now in regards to the empire, we are really just kind of praying that our ruler dies. I'm using our ruler as a military leader in an effort to kind of get him killed. The other interesting thing about if he dies right now, of course, it will cripple our legitimacy, but that would... Let's have a look here. A noble from House Rurikchinov. That must be Kovich. Why can't I read? Rurikovich succeeds the throne. That must be Russian. Is this? Yeah, look. Oh my gosh. If our ruler would die, we would get Russian dynasty. That is just the dream, man. How do we kill our ruler, please? Not only would we get Russian dynasty, but we would be at 44 imperial authority, and that would mean after adding 6 provinces to the empire, we could pass a reform which disallows internal wars in the empire. Going to continue to convert provinces here. How is our unrest doing? Hungarian separatists are pretty upset, but there's not much we can do about that apart from fight them, as they're Protestant and Orthodox provinces around this region. So we're going to do our best to pay off our loans and core up provinces as we go. We've got one more loan remaining. I would really like to expand into Naples also. We should take Ragusa at the very least, and that would allow us to release nations from his allies, which is a good thing to do before we pass the 5th reform. Right now we're gaining 0.11 for peace within the empire. So this is how much we would be gaining even if once we pass this, which is very little actually. And that's mostly due to heretics. Okay, this is a quick war we can fight against Salzburg, and we can change his religion, enforce religion on him. The other reason I'm hesitating to attack Naples, not just because of the fact that we're about to have revolts, but it's because our aggressive expansion is quite high right now. Uh-oh, our military points are capped. Yeah, so as we can see, once we lose the peace within the empire, we're actually losing imperial authority, which I really don't like. Now I am really hesitating to actually take this royal marriage with England, because their prestige is actually higher than Muscovy. And I have a theory that we may be at risk of receiving their dynasty. So I'm actually going to reject the royal marriage for now. Of course, the other thing rejecting the royal marriage is going to do is not increase the likelihood that we gain an heir, which is also going to ruin that. So, no royal marriage for you, England. Bavaria is allied to Poland, but Poland is certainly not as strong as they have been. We could try to enforce religion on him. I don't know. I'm not actually sure if it requires 100% or if it's based on the size of the country. I know it is based on the size of the country, but my question is, can you actually do it when they are over 100%? And I think almost invariably no, you can't. Right? So unfortunately Bavaria is too large right now. Going to claim up Serbia's land. He could serve us as a vassal in the future that we could feed into the Balkan region of the Ottomans. That sounds good to me. In fact, if Transylvania, once he becomes our vassal, if he would at least claim these provinces that have increased coring cost, that would be good as well. Sitting at 28 Liberty Desire from France. France is quite simply, they're really struggling. They're really weak right now. I might go ahead and turn this off. How much was it worth? It's 20 Liberty Desire. Okay, on second thought, I might keep that on, as that'd be right on the verge. Okay, and finally, in a long time, our economy is back in full force. No more debt. How can we have our ruler die? Poland's no longer a valid rival, it looks like. Oh no, he just changed his rival. The Teutons, Bohemia, and Muscovy. I'm sorry, my friend, there's no way you're going to be attacking into the Empire. Of course, we're going to be integrating Transylvania ASAP. Ah, why? I thought he was a valid rival a second ago. As our Diplo reputation increases due to overextension, we should be able to get him. I think. Truce has expired with Hungary. I think I will go ahead and try to remove Hungary from the map. There it is. Excellent. Okay, as soon as possible we'll integrate Transylvania. I'm just going to try to, if it can be helped, any land that I integrate I will do via Diplo to actually share. Because of course, like I constantly repeat myself, we are trying to conquer the world, and that mostly comes down to admin. If we can integrate some Diplo cost here and there, that would be ideal, I think. Please die, ruler. Please die. Please die. How can you kill your ruler, man? No! Okay, we're gonna reject this heir. Whose house is it? But you have not named your young daughter the new heir yet. So we have a daughter, but we're going to reject her because she's a woman. This is something that I have to do, quite frankly. I have to do. Having a female heir is going to force us to pass the pragmatic sanction, which allows female heirs to become emperor, or females to become emperors. But of course that's going to cost 25 imperial authority. At this point we just cannot afford that. And if you were to be playing the game through yourself, a newborn daughter, if you get... what the... checking that event here in a second as well. I recommend that you just don't pass the pragmatic section. I don't think that, I mean, unless you need to, unless you find yourself with a female heir. If it's this event, I recommend just dealing with this for a year. Oh, chance of new heir negative 100%. That's good for us. Okay, what is this one? Seeing the real you. Does it say what dynasty? Her human flaws. She is still your wife. She draws closer. Okay. Thought for a second it was saying it was a female heir as well. Damn it, it's such a good heir. And the dynasty is our French dynasty. Damn it, it's such a good heir, but no. No! No, we refuse. And apparently we have no chance of getting an heir, at least in this next year. We must fish. We must fish, I say, for the Russian dynasty. Because PUing Russia is the dream. My god, that's the dream. I think right now, unless Ming is on the map, and with the exception of the Ottomans, I think Muscovy probably has the most development out of any single tag. PUing him is just the dream. I'm really fishing for it the best I can. Like, our guy's above middle-aged. We're using him as a general. Please die. How about we send him into a sort of... He's outnumbered. Come on. Please die, guy. Okay, straight back to battle. Please die. Please die. Come on. We're suffering so many casualties. Please die. I hate you, game. Why don't you die? I want it so bad. of course we are suffering 0 per month, but if our emperor would just die, then we could pass the next reform by adding 5 provinces to the empire. In fact, if he doesn't die anytime soon, how many can we add to the empire? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're nearing a stage in which we could just pass it regardless. Now that we have an abundance of money, could be looking at building some infrastructure. Although none of these look all that valuable. Building one here looks good, and here. Going to build some transports, and part of the reason why I'm going to do that is I'm going to be dealing with Venice soon, but I want to have the navy to deal with the knights as well, and if we could vassalize Rhodes in that war, that would be good, because it would kind of give us a little bit of a platform to actually expand out of, as I'm sure our coring range is that far. And of course we're so starved for admin at this point. I think that we're going to have to stop expanding for a brief period. We can expand into Serbia, because that's at the cost of Diplo. Brandenburg is going to flip to a heretic at any stage, it looks like. I'm just eagerly waiting for my ruler to die. I don't really know what to do apart from that. Dude, you know what? You know what? We're going to make a little bit of a risky play here, but it might be worth it. Right now, looks like Ming is up and running because Muscovy is actually rivaling them. If they were all fractured and had fallen apart, then they wouldn't be a valid rival for Ming. We're going to actually dissolve our alliance with Muscovy, which is a bit of a risky play because he will probably rival me at some point. But I'm going to do that, hoping that he doesn't rival me anytime soon. Because I want the truce to be gone if we are able to PU him anytime soon. Keeping the royal marriage, of course. Except we don't have a royal marriage. What the flip? Okay, I had to accept that. I would have killed myself. I would have killed myself if our ruler had died without having a Muscovite royal marriage. So there we go. I had to re-ally him. I am going to look at making a little bit of a risky play and actually... we can diplo-vassalize this little nation as well. But my theory is that these two nations, Burgundy and Picardy, are going to be brought into the empire. So let's just neglect them entirely. This is brutal. This lack of imperial authority is brutal. I hate it. Now I'm afraid to actually break the alliance with them because I feel like they would go into negative relations and then they would almost undoubtedly rival me. You would think that Sweden and Muscovy would be at odds with each other, but maybe Sweden is considered too weak at this stage. Yeah, if it wasn't clear, the reason I was trying to break my alliance with Muscovy is so that the truce timer was reduced, so that sometime in the future we could try and enforce a personal union over him. But what I didn't realize is our royal marriage had broken at about the same time, I think, and therefore I couldn't reacquire the royal marriage, so that was a little bit of a stupid little play there. We are, if we can help it. We're looking for excuses to go to war with nations within the empire. Okay, we can attack into mountains and lose this battle here. This might be the moment of truth. We could potentially lose our ruler. It's a hard battle in the mountains. God dang it. We're too good for our own best interests. Would you please die? So I could spend one imperial authority on Anhalt in order to ultimately convert him to Catholic, but I don't think that's worth. It's not worth. Having one less heretic is not going to result in gaining more imperial authority anytime soon. Of course, in 1575, if we can manage to have 200 relations with France by any means necessary, I'm going to begin integrating him. And although the French nation is huge right now, it's actually larger than ours is in terms of... It's larger than ours is in terms of development. Austria is really king of integrating nations, I think. I mean, including being the emperor, having the bonuses for being the emperor, and the diplomatic reputation here. The fact that we have influence reduces the integration cost by 25%. We're really king of integrating nations, and we would integrate it much more efficiently than any other nation I can actually think of, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully it's not that rough for us to integrate. Now this empire is really falling apart on us, man. It's really falling apart on us. I think we're going to go ahead and fight this battle here, and we can release Augsburg and Ansbach. And I think that's it. But another thing we can do is return a province to the Palatinate, and that way Bavaria is a smaller nation for next time, meaning we might be able to enforce religious unity on them. So that means we're about to be at war with Poland, but with our military tech advantages, I suspect that shouldn't be too hard to deal with. And of course we have France on our side. Maybe this is a good opportunity to lose our ruler in the midst of a war. We have to have him die whilst we don't have an heir, of course. Okay, with that being said, I'm sorry if this was a bit of a boring episode, but we're about to engage in a sort of medium-sized war. I hope you guys enjoyed at least regardless anyway, and make sure to tune in next time if you want to see us fighting a pretty large war against Poland and Bavaria in an effort to prevent the empire from slipping more and more out of our control. See you guys next time.